each other and you cheer each other. That's what I find a lot about. You're right. You have to kind of be careful what's going on right now because some are watching what's going on, care, don't care. Some do, but some are just big fans. I don't care what show it is. I love everybody that does any kind of show. If anybody knows me, I would teach people to do this. I do it just because I figured it out. I just had the time. Not like, oh, wow, who Magoo deal. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's about the music, and you are doing the same thing. Well, you're in a big way, with the actual music. You guys are big fans and building on everybody in the past.
Well, yeah, and this time around, I mean, when I again, I like I said, there was a real sort of definitive rationale behind the music this time. It was sort of paying tribute to some of your influences, but then also sort of going beyond this sort of macro world of music out there, right? And it was delving back into history and, from Clapton and then using that as a platform to getting into, say, Freddie King to, going a little further back. And then, next thing you know, you're listening to like the origin points of where some of these tunes came from, when it's listening to, I mean, to me, one of the greatest songs ever is Rollin' and Tumblin', right? And then that has a history behind it, but then you see so many different versions of it, again, with Clapton, with Robert Johnson doing, his version of it, and then Clapton picking up on his version of it. I mean, it's just brilliant, right? I mean, and sort of peeling off all those layers and going beyond just the macro surface level of it. And then realizing that, look, this is not just music; it's a lifestyle. I mean, it came from honest people, right? And they've got these stories to tell, and then sort of realizing those stories was really, really beautiful, right? Right down to the fact that Leo's guitar is actually literally a tribute to Leo Fender, right? I mean, I'm a huge Fender fanatic, right? And
nice.
I've spent all my savings on Fenders, so I figured, hey man, might as well put them to use now, right? It's just again paying tribute to, like I said, I mean, and to me, Fender is not just a guitar, right? It's got a story. It's an American cultural artifact. It's American history, as is the blues. So and it's got its own story. So just paying tribute to some of these the historical artifacts in the blues tradition. That's all I'm trying to do, man. And I'm guessing the blues fans will appreciate that.
Well, that's like Les Paul. I live like 13 miles from the home of Les Paul in Waukesha.
Oh, that's
Wisconsin.
Beautiful. Cool.
Yeah, heard it all. And I've talked to many great artists, and A.G. Weinberger in Hungary. I was chatting with him about 3 weeks ago, and he was saying that laptop, he's got an old Les Paul, like 1,000 pounds, I don't know nothing about. I go, how do you get that sound? And he's telling me that's how I do that. And I go, hey, bro, that's right here where I'm from. And that's amazing,
Yeah, I mean, just a while back, I actually got hold of this beautiful 69 Strat, dude. But it was saying this guy shows up at my house and he's like, dude, I got this Fender, right? And he's like, did you want to check it out? And he brought it over. And it's this completely beaten up guitar, dude. I mean, this thing was just wrecked, right? And I saw it and I was like, dude, I'll take it, right? And he's like, you sure you want it? It's finished now. I was like, no, dude, I'll take it, man. And he's like, I was like, what do you want? And he's like, well, you have all these Les Pauls and Epiphones and blah, blah. I was like, yeah, take a whole bunch of them, right? And he's like, walks out, he's really happy. He thought, he's made a really, awesome deal, right? And it was just this beautiful 69 Strat. And then, of course, I sent it out for repairs and stuff. It took a good 7-8 months to really fix this thing up. And now it's just, it's going, when I go, I'm taking this with me, man. So again, it's just like part of the beauty of it is, again, wow, this is a 50-year-old guitar and it's probably got all the bruises of a life well lived, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's part of my collection, dude. So Yeah.
That's great stuff. I'll tell you what, let's get to a track south of yesterday right now. We'll be right back with Izzie from Izzie's Caravan. He's in Pakistan and I'm in Wisconsin. Oh, I love it. No virus on the Hoomagoo. It's all safe. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. South of yesterday, Izzie. Come on, bro. Come on back all the way. Come from Pakistan.
Hey,
I love that. How's the weather?
It's hot, dude. It's
hot.
really hot. Yeah. It's, you gotta have an AC here, man. It's get rough, man.
Are you in the mountains?
No, it's way down south, dude. It's
Okay.
really, it's humid. Gotta really, got all my guitars here, and they've got to be in a well ventilated room and everything. So you gotta, really go the distance in protecting these things here, man. So that can become a little tedious sometimes. But yeah, man, just waiting for this. Hopefully, this pandemic thing can end soon, man. Just get this music out there, and hopefully, go play a few shows. Stateside and hit some bars, man. It is, that's the point of these tunes, right? Having them, seeing the live take on it, man. That would be. So let's see how it works out.
You can hit Chicago. We were just talking about some of the great artists, Buddy Guy and all that great stuff, those influences for you. Oh, man, I love it, Tad, about that good stuff, Tell me about all the influences.
I like
you, yeah.
I was telling you, man, it was, anything, the one thing I could do right now if I was given free, just have a beer with Buddy Guy and listen to the guy jam, man. He's he's an American icon. He's a global icon, right? And, like on some of his records where, I think he takes pride in the fact that he's one of the last ones standing now. And, which is a little sort of, overwhelming because I think we're coming to the end of an era, man. With Little Richard passing away, that was rough, dude. So big loss to the music world, man. I mean, Little Richard was one of the founders of a whole tradition of music, man. And so yeah, that was really hard to take, man. And but yeah, Buddy Guy, dude, I would do anything to sit with this guy and have a beer, man. I mean, listen to his war stories, dude. He's seen it all, done it all, right? I mean, this guy's got a story to tell, right? And I'm sure, an evening with Buddy Guy would just be an eye opener, right?
And the history, because to be truthful, you think back, well, yeah, music it's cool when we hear the songs, but what they went through. I mean, blues. Yeah. That's why today, maybe what's happening today is going to come out with a new song, should I say? But back then, Paramount Records is here, not too far in Port Washington, Wisconsin. That's where they did a lot of their. Ma Rainey and all them went to Chicago, but what they had to deal with, the blues, the music, that was their lives. That kept them going every day, waking up and obviously searching situations. And that's what you're talking about today with your life.
Yeah, it's again. I mean, even the stuff that I write as well, man. It honestly comes pretty much. It's really grounded in some sense of reality, right? I mean, I like I said, sometimes I think I don't know how to write generic lyrics or songs or anything. I mean, a lot of my music, it's just very spontaneous anyway. I'll be sitting and playing, and a lick will come out, riff will come out, and then just from that sort of starting point, it'll evolve eventually into a much more complex track, and then that's what I put out. I mean, a lot of my solos, believe it or not, they're just on the spot, man. So I'll play it, and if something fits, then good enough. And I actually really, I do appreciate that sense of, again, I keep using this word authenticity, right? Where, I like, when you listen to Hendrix or when you listen to some of these guys, you could always tell that they're winging it, man. I mean, they're just they're looking for the right note on the spot. It's not, and again, I don't mean to sort of, like offend anyone or anything, but that level of technical proficiency and stuff, right? I mean, and this is what I say to young guys who start playing out guitar and stuff, right? It's not a competitive sport, man. It's not speed or, technical proficiency or whatnot. Oh, look, this is how fast I can play. it's again, Buddy Guy keeps saying this, right? That track where he's like, I play by feel, right? And so again,